Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. Tonight is our mobility healing. And I'm going to break this healing into two parts. When I was thinking about mobility, I wanted to cover travel, our ability to be mobile and traveling and get ourselves from one destination to another. And then I also want to work on our physiological mobility. So I'm going to be working on the mobility of the body. I'm going to try to split the time about half and half. So that's what we have in store for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and set the energy for the healing with a prayer, and then I'll get going. As we cleanse and heal the temple of the soul, may it be with the blessing of divinity, that it shine its countenance upon us and bring us peace in body, mind, and spirit. Amen. All right. I'm going to say hello to everyone in the sanctuary and start the healing. The very first energy I see is a lot of unconscious energy, and it has to do with being home a lot, is what I see. The unconscious energy creates apathy and a lack of drive, and there's quite a lot of it. It's billowing out, but that's the good thing. It's coming out. Then the next energy I see are control beings that would like to keep you stationary. And the reason why a being or an entity would want to keep you from being moving around is because they try to keep your energy at a vibration that's comfortable for them, which is generally much lower than what your natural vibration is. So I'm going to be clearing a level of beings out of your space. Wow, I just saw how much of daddy's protection there is in anyone who has a female body, and that has an effect on your mobility. So I'm going to be working on that. And you know, your dad's protection energy can be around you when you're 90. Unless you've done anything to remove it, your dad's protection energy will be in your aura and around your energetic body. There's a lot that comes with those beings. There's hiding energy, to not be mobile, to just stay home and hide. Anybody who's sensitive, I'm sure, knows how to hide really well. And there's just a lot of energy because of COVID. And I know it's changing, but there's still a lot of energy that kind of tamps down activity. There's still not a lot of permission yet to have complete activity. So there's that I'm going to call it like an oppressive energy. It's brown. And in that is also some government energy. And that's kind of a gray blue. There's some energy of finances affecting mobility. I want to do some clearing on that. And as far as mobility goes, we're just starting to get to a place where there's more of an acceptance for traveling. So there's a lot of energy still that, trying to think of the right wording, that discourages traveling. And some of that is still from the government. So I'm going to clear that. And I really notice a lot of energy affecting your mood and whether or not you have incentive to be mobile and get around and get out. There's a veil coming off of you that is the energy of staying at home from COVID. And it's actually coming off like a suit of fabric. And it's like a light gray. There's still a lot of judgment and competition about getting out and about. Going to clear that. It's kind of a lumpy, crunchy energy, and it's brown. And it holds a lot of the energy vibration of no, you can't do that. No, 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 no. Just like when we were two, only we're adults now and we hear it all over again. And then the next thing I'm noticing is that, and this isn't true with everyone, but some of you I can see try to create mobility by using your willpower in your third chakra, as opposed to coming up to your sixth chakra right here or the top of your head and doing a mock-up from one of your upper chakras. So I'm going to do a healing on the third chakra. You know, you might notice that in your third chakra, which is in your solar plexus, that is where a lot of control games go on, because it also houses your willpower. And for many of you that have worked in corporate America or in male-run businesses, you probably have experienced that energy coming in on your third chakra, that stop energy or that control energy, because of the environment being set at a male vibration, which is really too low for a female body. So anyway, back to mobility. I noticed that that is affecting some of you. Going to work on that. Yeah, and your mobility also has to do with your ability to create a mock-up. So I'm going to do a quick healing on your mock-up space. I have a class coming up, I think in May, where we're going to be working on mock-ups. But this is a good opportunity for me to clean that space out for you. There's a lot of thick, heavy energy coming out in your channels, your back channels. And I'm going to kind of segue into working on you and your physical space right now, as far as like clearing the energies that prevent you from being physically mobile. Wow, that's really interesting. The first energy I saw was guilt, that guilt prevents you from being physically mobile. It is, I mean, that makes sense. It's a stop energy. And then also some transmedium energy is in there that affects your mobility. And remember, that's being residue from beings that pass through either your aura or your body and leave a little gift that lingers. And that transmedium energy is coming down from your head and your neck. Now, the next energy that I see a lot of is, or I should see, it's an energy, inflammation, and I see a lot of that. So that's the next thing I'm going to clear. And remember, this is your physical inflammation, internal. And it's showing up in joints and the spine. And the next energy I see coming out is conflict. And next, this is kind of interesting, the energy of foods, certain foods that make you immobile or, just sap your energy and make you feel like you don't want to be mobile. And for your mobility, I'm going to do some chakra healings on like some of your minor chakras in your shoulders, your knees, your ankles, elbows. It looks to me like these shoulder chakras, they're right about here, that they don't get cleaned out enough, excuse me, which tells me that it's quite possible you might not be running your energy enough. I'm just saying. There's a lot of energy in the shoulder chakras. Oh, that's so great. Once they open up, then the creative energy is just flowing through the arm channels now. That's good. Your energy is flowing very well in your channels now. I'm being shown some energy in the brain to give a healing to for your mobility. Again, this is really more energy from beings, and the energy that they leave on top of your crown chakra and how that can lower the energy vibration to a point where your body doesn't feel very excited to get moving. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that transmedium energy out of your crown, and we're going to raise the energy of the crown, bring it up to gold. Oh, that's working nicely. That's great. Working on your ankle chakras right now. You know, when I look at them during this healing, it shows me how much um, punishment they take, bang, 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 all the time. And there's quite a lot of energy in them. So this will be a good healing. Also working the chakras in your hips, in your knees. Um, Male energy collects in the knees, and I'm just cleaning that out. Oh, this is a good one. Medical energy. You actually have medical energy in your space that affects your mobility, and not in a good way. There is a ton of medical energy that I'm going to show you where it is. Watch you clear it. That came out pretty fast. And then also the energy of drugs. And alcohol, both drugs and alcohol affecting that mobility space. Just noticing some energy on your backside, a little bit of energy in your spine that needs to come out. And what I notice is that, I'm sure we all do this, because what I notice is that at the back of your spine, towards the base, like towards your first chakra, there's quite a lot of very dark, old energy. And it's a lot of things that you don't want to deal with, is what I see. The energies of pain pictures that you don't want to deal with, and they just keep getting shoved back and shoved back. So I'm going to be clearing that right now. It's really quite concentrated in the tailbone. Good job. This makes me so excited when I see this releasing. Okay, I'm going to get your creative rings above your head spinning. And I'm going to gather up your information on mobility and get that back into your body. That was great. You could have a lot of energy tonight. You filled in really well. I think you could actually take even another sun. Tonight I watched you fill in with like a bright yellow gold, and there was some clear green in it. It was really pretty. All right. When you're ready, you can come out of trance. If you were in trance, you can open your eyes. And I just have a couple of things I wanted to just remind you of, some events coming up. Let me, for heaven's sakes, here. I want to tell you what our next event is. Oh, I think it's this Friday night. I'm going to be doing Female Fridays, and it's a meditation to release shame and embarrassment. Very excited about that. And then right after that, a couple days later, next Tuesday night, I'm teaching a class called The Third Eye. And that's going to be developing or giving you exercises to develop your clairvoyance. So that class is all about your ability to see energy and your abilities in the sixth chakra. So we're going to be playing around with the sixth chakra. And then 2 Friday nights from now is Seek and You Will Find, and that's where all of you in the sanctuary can show up and ask me questions, and I'll give you an answer in the form of a healing, and everybody on the call gets the healing. So that's always a fun class. And then on the 22nd, I'm teaching a women's intuition class on protection, and I'll be teaching electric blue, protection roses, and body of glass. So if you haven't had your body of glass tool or practiced it in a long time, I highly recommend you taking that class so that you get refreshed on it. All right. I think that's it for tonight. Thank you for joining me. Got my eyes on you. Have a great night tonight. Thank you. Bye-bye.